I can see me getting cancelled. Now, I've had videos in the past deleted, I've had strikes in the past, but other YouTubers and TikTok creators that I know, they're getting their accounts banned left, right and bloody centre. And unless you've got somebody that you can, like for instance, if you've got 100,000 subscribers, you can then have somebody assigned to you. So you've got someone to call upon if you've got a problem. But if you are a small channel like this one, it's very difficult to argue. Everything is done by AI, it's just automated responses, and you try and argue your position, and it's virtually impossible. So, if it happens to this channel, and I become, if I get more strikes, because I am a bit coarse, I admit, you know, and I'm not going to soften up. You know, I'm going to call these people feckin' names. I'm going to use the language that I use, because they don't deserve anything less, because these people are just evil. So if the channel does die a death because of censorship by YouTube, well then that will be it, because what will happen is I'll get another strike, I'll then become banned for a week, but then I'll just stop uploading. I'll say sod it from now on, and that'll be the end of the channel, and that'll just be it, you know. And because I don't earn enough on this channel to make it worthwhile, I don't more do the bloody paper round. I do a lot of research, I put a lot of effort into it. I don't edit my videos. I don't really need to edit, I don't think, but some people argue that. But it doesn't mean to say I'll get any more views anyway. So if you haven't got views, you haven't got an audience. If you haven't got an audience, you've got nothing. You've got no money, you've got nothing, okay? And you're not getting your point across. And that's got to be the most important part of any video. You must obviously provide information, if that's what the channel's about stuff that's going on honestly. And unfortunately, that's no longer allowed. Now, it ain't just going to be this channel. There's going to be other channels out there who will end up in the sights of YouTube moderators. And I am in the sights of YouTube moderators. You can just tell by the state of my views. And it's not just because the views are low. The views are low because they're not showing it. You see, most of the views that people get, YouTubers get, is from suggested videos, okay? It's not actually from subscribers base. It's not. It's from the suggested videos. Now, what happens is if the videos aren't getting suggested, you don't get the information. The analytics aren't there for YouTube to push your channel any further. So you start getting restricted. It's a downward spiral. And you know as well as I do, you've seen it on this channel, people have been here for a while, will know that that is the case and know that that's what has been happening, because I didn't used to get this low of views. You know, on my shorts I'm only getting like 200 views, sometimes 3, some occasional one might get 1,000 views. But on the shorts, that's really low. I'm getting more of it. I get more views on videos I put on channels that got minuscule amount of subscribers, under 1,000 subscribers. And I get more views on them. That makes no sense. This channel's got 53,000 subscribers. So it makes no sense. And I'm not alone. I can whinge and whine about this stuff, and I do. I admit, you know. 'Cause it is pretty shit. And it's not going to make any bloody difference. And like I say, I'm not alone. I've got a few people out there. If you follow, I don't know, like for instance, Hawk Podcast on TikTok. He's also on YouTube. He has less problems on YouTube, but he's not as close to the bone as I am. He does occasionally say some things, but on TikTok, he says his main account banned again. You know, permanently banned again. And he's a big channel, you know. And I've seen some other friends of mine who have got channels on YouTube doing a similar kind of topic, you know, politics, yeah, more leftish politics. I'm not hard left, I'm not, you know. But I just believe you shouldn't be fucking shit to people, really. I suppose that's really it. I still believe that capitalism is a system that can work. I just feel that there's too many greedy fuckers out there, you know. You know, you can be a capitalist, but you can have a hybrid system, couldn't you? I've said that before, I know. But it's how the channels, smaller channels, are supposed to survive. Like I said, it's not just this channel. You've got those big channels out. You've got the Midas Touch networks out there, literally taking up all the bloody airspace, and other large channels. And you've got Secular Talk, although I quite like Secular Talk, and you know, getting like, you know, so what was that, 6 million subscribers, Midas Touch, I think, full of bloody advertising, you know, and they've got people on there like Cohen, what have you, who's, who was the lawyer for Donald Trump, and now he's trying to make good. Well, he ain't trying to make good, he's just trying to save his bloody, his reputation, and he's still the same man. You know, he's on, you know, occasionally makes videos on Midas Touch. They're the wrong people to have on there, you know, I don't respect that at all. You know, he's just, there's some real grifters, you know. But we really need to embrace some of the smaller channels. I'm not just saying this channel, not other small channels out there. You got Guard the Leaf, and they're growing nicely, and you got Josh from Enemy from Within, the trucker. You know, his channel's growing nicely, you know, and he's pretty cool. You know, he hasn't got, you know, they haven't put him into the older sites just yet, but this channel's been going for, oh, God knows now, what is it, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 years this channel's been going for, 53,000 subscribers. That's terrible in 8 years, you know. That's a big chunk of my life that I've put out there to actually and try and inform people for pittance. And I know it's all about money. It is about money when it takes up your time, all right? And you need that time to earn money. Otherwise, the channel just disappears. You know, you don't share the information anymore. It becomes non-existent. And then you don't get the nuances, do you? You don't end up having other people's point of view. And then really, you know, without that, democracy's over. You know, you must have a whole swathe of opinions from the right to the left. You know, if you want to have a proper democracy where everybody has got some kind of voice, or somebody representing them, yeah, it's important. You know, the same with the LGBTQ and that, you know, minority groups, races and, you know, different races and creeds and that, you know, they all need to be, they need some representation. Obviously, you haven't got democracy, you know. Even the fake Nazis out there, you know, but tiny. It's got to be tiny, because you're never going to get rid of these people. They're always going to exist. So that's how I feel about it anyway, you know. If this channel does end up getting another strike, that will be the end of it. You know, I can see it coming. Because I have said and done some things on this channel that might be deemed a little bit dangerous, as far as they're concerned, and they don't like it because obviously they're advertising, but also the fact that they have bent the knee and they've suckled onto Donald Trump's chocolate starfish, and they took a nugget. They did. That's after they gave him a few million quid. They're the worst, aren't they? Selling out your trust. Anyway, what do you reckon? Please leave it in the comments down below, because I do actually read the comments, but you probably already know. And if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us coffee, and you've got super thanks and stuff like that as well. Links down below if you're interested. And just, you know, helping out. But also we've got other channels, which will carry on. And we've got my Wally Bra channel, woodworking channel. And we've got a rewilding channel, because we're doing a rewilding here in France. We're planting shitloads of trees. These are our trees. Been planting a shitload of trees. And if you want to have a tree, there's links down below. You can have a tree, basically. And I'll make a sign to go with the tree with a laser. Your name on, memory of loved one, pet, or whatever you like, really. You know, it could be some slogans about Donald Trump, like, "Quiet, Piggy! Quiet!" I don't know. Just an idea. And, oh, dear. But, yeah, it's, yeah, we've got other channels. Sorry, we've got our Earth Trifle channel. I've got my Tinker's Lab channel. There's other channels as well. The Rewilding channel, so it's just, yeah. So, check them out, you know. I hope I don't have to, you know, give up. I've been doing this such a long while now. It's become a part of me, you know. Even though it's not really doing me any favours, you know, mentally and psychologically, it can be quite painful sometimes, you know. You know, you kind of realise that the world is so fecked up. You don't really want to be a part of it. I think I'd rather shut off from it, really. Because, you know, what I mean by that is obviously not get involved with it. So that feels sometimes. But it's lovely today, you know. It's November, you know. It's nuts. Anyway, check out the links down below. Toodaloo. Love you all.